Chapter 8 of the Scarlet Letter begins with the governor and Reverend Dimmesdale discussing why Hester Prynne should not be allowed to raise her daughter, Pearl. The two men have called a meeting to decide the child's fate. The reasoning is that the sinful nature of Pearl's conception might be passed on to her through Hester's influence. The Reverend Mr. Wilson questions Pearl to ascertain whether she is aware of religious concepts and whether Hester has educated her about them. When asked who made her, Pearl mischievously answers that she was plucked off the rose bush outside the prison door, frustrating the two men. Hester is terrified with the thought of Pearl's custody being taken away from her and pleads with Governor Bellingham and Reverend Dimmesdale for help. Hester argues that her Scarlet Letter is a constant reminder of her sin, and she is more capable of bringing Pearl up righteously. She also asks the court to consider the fact that God gave her the child, and this makes the child her responsibility. Interestingly, Dimmesdale, Hester's secret lover and Pearl's real father, advocates on Hester's behalf. He argues that God's purpose behind her punishment may have been for Hester to impart her wisdom to Pearl and guide her away from sin. Dimmesdale's argument works, and Hester is allowed to keep Pearl. The governor warns her, however, to bring her up responsibly. After the meeting, Mistress Hibbins, Governor Bellingham's sister and known witch, invites Hester into the woods to meet the black man, implied to be the devil. She implies that if Hester rejects their offer now, eventually she will give in. Hester declines the offer, putting all her hope in Pearl rather than in the supernatural. The chapter ends with Hester and Pearl returning to their cottage.